Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Budget Beauty's main series. I am Lindsay Beatty. I am the creative force behind Budget Beauty, and I am in a hurry today. I am trying to get ready. We're going out for our anniversary dinner, and so I was trying to recreate my makeup for that and do it quick, fast, and in a hurry. So you're going to have to bear with me. I'm going to have to talk really fast and show y'all stuff. Eyeshadow primer. So, I wore green. I am not your traditional bride, and I wore green for my wedding. My colors were green and gold that I chose, and my husband wore a tan suit to represent the gold. We were going to have basically like a light gold suit for him when we actually had our big ceremony, but we did not have a big ceremony. It winds up happening because COVID. So we wound up doing a tan suit to represent the gold, and I had a green dress. I had to get a very, 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 very quick small dress. At the last minute, it was a Grace Karen T-length, not really T-length, but like swing dress, and it was super cute. And so when you guys see this video, when I get in post-production, I will start, as I did with our engagement photos, makeup. I will put in photos of our wedding so I can see the dress that I wore and the makeup that I did to go along with this. So while we're waiting for our eyes to dry, as usual, we will be doing something else. I am going to do, I'm trying to find it. I'm going to do my under eye real quick. I think that's it. Yes. Okay. Swerve. It's the cream gel liner in the shade Swerve Black. I'm going to do my under eye real quick. See if I can get my mirror up close. Trying to do this really fast. Because we have dinner at 5:30 and I have about 30 minutes to do this, so I'm going to have to do my makeup really, really fast. Faster than I normally do. And I debated, did I want to do my usual episode today and then, or did I want to do like a breakdown as the weekly episode, but it's fine. I can do this very fast. So, we have been married for 4 years as of Tuesday coming up. Today is Sunday. We will have been married 4 years on paper. I always have to qualify that. We got married in 2021. And we got engaged in 2015, Christmas Day 2015. I'm going to use my NYX Ultimate Glow Shots in the shade Watermelon Wealth. It's this green. It matches my dress perfectly. This dress, by the way, is Old Navy. And my usual pearls and this wig that I really like. So, and I'm planning to wear my hair down. I'm not going to wear it pulled back with this. And I have green earrings and a green flower to go with this. This was not the original jewelry that I wore. I wore the pearls, but I did not wear a flower. I wore a fascinator in my hair. And for those of you who are uninitiated, what a fascinator is like a little tiny hat, hat with a little veil on it, or like think of it like old Southern ladies' church hats, or the British royalty. They wear them for special events and things. Kentucky Derby, think that. So yes, I wore a fascinator. I wore a green fascinator with a net. It was super cute, and I shaved my head partially. the sides all the way around from here to here. I'm still waiting for my eyes to dry. That's why I'm doing this real quick. From here all the way around, all of the back. And I just had a top knot up here. And I wore it up in a ponytail. And then I pinned up my ponytail, but my hair fell apart during the day. So, yeah. All right, I think my eyes are dry. I think we can go ahead and do the crease cut and the eyes. I'm not going to wear mascara. So we're going to go to dinner at our favorite place. And I am using, by the way, this green is the Ulta Beauty Collection gel eyeliner in the shade Peacock. It matches perfectly too with this dress that I have on. Yeah, we're gonna go to dinner, and maybe after we'll just go have drinks or something. I don't know. Maybe go sit at the park and drink. I don't know. Maybe some ice cream. I don't know. It depends. We're going to our favorite place, which is Chip and Chop House. So that'll be nice. I just really this year I didn't really want to do anything. This is year 4. I just really didn't want to do anything. So we're gonna do this. Now, I used actually we're not gonna use that one. We're gonna do what I said we were gonna do. Nubian palette. This is the Nubian 2 palette from Juvia's Place. And I use this for my engagement photos, as you've seen in my previous episode. I used it in my engagement photos, and I used it for my wedding, and I still have it. So what we're going to do here is this green, which is the Egypt, and that's the shade Egypt. That is the shade that I used to do my wedding stuff. So let me grab a sponge tip applicator real quick. Okay, so tool. I'm almost finished with this box of tools. I am almost done. I'm down to 4. So, gonna do these eyes real quick. Get her done. I really, really like this palette. Like I say, I know you're not supposed to keep it this long, but your girl spent a pretty penny for this back in the day, and it's still usable. I still get use out of it. So let me put her on. I really don't need but so many swipes here. See if I can get her on. Okay. This is a brilliant green, and I love it. A lot of Juvia's Place palettes have green in them, which is fantastic because Juvia's Place. And the green is fantastic. All of the shades of green are really good. One day I'll get on camera and use the Culture palette so you guys can see that pigmentation in that green, in those Culture palettes. I love it. It has a lot of green shades in it, and it's really good. So as you can see, super green. And it shows up in my wedding photos, super green. Except in my wedding photos, of course, no primer. So that's one of the things, like I say, I wanted to recreate my makeup. One of the things I learned in the time between when I got married and now, I learned eyeshadow primer helps that makeup last. Also makes a smooth application, I found. Much better and much easier to take off. I've also noticed that when I go to take this off, wipes right off with a good makeup remover. So yes, I'm very pleased with the results that I see with primer. So I highly recommend if you want to learn anything about makeup, start with learning what primer does and can do for you. There's a reason why they make it. So, doing the other eye, I really just had to pick up a little bit on the brush again. A little bit goes a long way here, so a little bit about our wedding as I'm doing this. We got married on a Thursday afternoon. Originally, our big wedding was supposed to be Friday, April 10th, but we wound up not getting married then. So yes, the other day I thought about it. I was like, oh, I was supposed to get married 5 years ago today. But trying to be safe and not get sick and get other people sick by having a wedding where people are coming and being up underneath each other. We had to cancel our wedding 6 weeks beforehand. And I don't regret doing that. I'm just sad because there was a lot of turmoil then, and I personally have known people who've died from COVID. So yeah, it was a smart thing to do, was to, think about other people and think about their safety. And my own safety and my husband's safety. So I do not regret. I'm just cleaning up this other eye over here a little bit. Just trying to clean that up a little bit. I like what I got going on here. Let's look to see how well we did. I was trying to look down in this mirror and do this really fast. Okay. So I think we did great with this green. I think we did great. That's a very fast application of makeup. So put my makeup palette back. I don't need to fill in anything. I really like how I cut that crease with the green. Okay, we got under eye and thing done. Not gonna wear mascara. Trying to think, what do I want to do now? Face, I guess. All right, face. Face it is. All right, as usual, e.l.f. Hydrating Face Primer. I like to shake it up a little bit. So yes, we had a good wedding, and we had a very quick 15-minute ceremony. We got married. We started out at 4 o'clock. We were done by 4:15. So, which, I tell y'all, as I'm putting this face primer on, 2 pumps. I did do 2 pumps. So my mother-in-law was all like, it's not a Christian ceremony. You need to have a Christian ceremony. It's not a Christian ceremony if it's not more than 15 minutes. And I'm like, girl, everything that we need to accomplish can be done in 15 minutes. And it's going to be accomplished in 15 minutes because I don't want to be out there. And on top of that, even when we were having big ceremony, we didn't need to be out there for more than 15 minutes. I'm like, girl, bye. Everything that needs to be said is going to be said in 15 minutes. Don't need to be longer than that. And no, I don't want nobody singing at my thing that I didn't pick. Even if I was going to have somebody singing, which I really was planning to have someone. My mom worked with a lady for many years who is a singer. She's a professional singer. She's fantastic. And she sang at funeral. So, mom's funeral. And so, I was like, can you please come sing? And, she sang at my aunt's funeral also. And so I was like, can you sing for my wedding? Please? Like, please come sing for a joyous occasion in my family. Please. And so we were gonna have her sing, but when we canceled big ceremony, we wound up not having anybody sing at all. So yeah, it wound up being 15 minutes anyway. So I was like, girl, shut up. Like, I just came with her. I'm like, girl, shut up. And I can tell y'all too, my wedding planning was not stressful up until the end. It was at the end where things were stressful and got on my nerves. And I was like, I want to be done with this and be finished. I just want to get married and be done. I love my husband. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love him to death. He's one of my favorite people. But oh my God, I was so ready to be done with planning this wedding and just get married and go on about my business. Because I was also in school at the same time, and I was fixing to finish. Like I was gonna get married on April 10th and graduate May 2nd. So I went back to school for accounting, and it took me 4 years. So yeah, I was ready to be done. And of course, this is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation in the shade 157 Dark W. Um, the I was so ready to be done. I just wanted to be done so bad. Y'all have no idea how much I was ready to be done. And then pandemic. So that also messed up my graduation too. Pandemic screwed up my graduation. Because your girl was going to graduate and be done May 2nd. I did get my piece of paper and I finished. I finished school. But I did not walk. Thankfully, I'd already walked with my first degree, so I didn't really care that much. But I kind of wanted to get my piece of paper and not die. So we wound up not having the graduation ceremony. I mean, we had one like online where they talked about like the president delivered stuff. The school president delivered a speech and talked about, the importance of finishing, and these were trying times, which yes, they were. We watched it online in this room that I'm sitting in. We watched it online, my husband and I, and we cheered when my picture came up and my post-graduation plans. And I did actually do all of my post-graduation plans. I got a job in auditing, and I got married, which was one of my plans, because I thought I was going to get married about 3 weeks after I graduated from school, or 3 weeks before I graduated from school. So yeah, I was very very excited. So yeah, by the time things happened and COVID, that kind of came in and ruined everything. So yeah, it was not fun times. Very, very scary times. But my planning wasn't bad until the end. And then it was just dumb stuff, like super dumb stuff. So my mother-in-law, the ever-present pain in my ass that she is, I asked her early on. I was like, hey, listen, I need somebody to help me plan. My mom is gone. Please help. She looked me in the face and was like, no, I don't think I'm going to do that. You should ask your aunts, though. And I'm like, but I asked you. There was a point for me asking you. We're going to use, by the way, we're using Juvia's Place. I said I was going to use 7. I think I'm going to use 8. I'm going to see what 8 does. Again, I use 7 all the time because I know 7 is a perfect match. But let's see what, this is the 8 in the Juvia's Place, J8, which is just a shade darker. So let's see what this does. This is the I Am Magic Concealer. Anyway, so as I was saying, my told me no. You need to go ask your aunt. I was like, but I'm asking you though. But that's fine. No, thank you. Okay. I was like, okay. So I went and got me a wedding planner, and that was that. And a couple months later, so I got with my planner. I met her in July of 2018. I met up with my planner in like October, November-ish, 2018. Wedding was set for April 2020. Okay. So we're talking about a year and a half-ish to go. Okay. So me and the planner, we getting things together. We working on things. We got things well in hand. Then it turns out that my mother-in-law ran to my father-in-law, which is also why I'm not a huge fan of his. One of the reasons why I'm not a huge fan of his. But she runs to my father-in-law and she's like, well, I just feel left out of the planning process, and she didn't want to listen to any of my ideas. He literally told me all of this. That's how I know this. And I said, so let me get this straight. She ran to you and told you all of this. Did you bother to ask me what actually happened? You know, the bride who has no reason to lie about any of this. Why would I lie about any of this? Did you come ask me about that? No. You just came and delivered somebody's message that they felt left out. Yeah, she was left out. She was left out for a reason, because she made sure that she was not involved from the beginning. And what she's not going to do is come back into this situation once I have things well in hand, and then start answering questions for me and or suggesting things and acting like she had some part in the planning process. She didn't. And not only did she not have any part of the planning process, but I don't like her and I don't want her involved. Period. With a T. At all. So, and my husband was very understanding. He immediately knew what I meant and why I said that. Because he was standing there when I asked her. And she said no. She did not want to help. She did not want to be involved. So, she did not get involved. And her feelings got hurt. And I was like, well, that sounds like a personal problem to me. Go cry about it in the parking lot. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if your feelings are hurt. Because you had an opportunity to be involved and you chose not to. So how is this my problem? As you can see, the beat is done. Like I said, I haven't mastered this, but baby, I know how to do a beat. So I could do a beat real good now. Okay. So, like I said, we're not using mascara, so we don't need to do anything else with eyes. Face is done. Time for lips. So, yeah. Your girl was not having it. I was not. I was like, go sit down somewhere, please, because you're not going to be involved here. And that's on purpose. And you can kiss my ass if you're upset. You shouldn't have said anything, and you should have kept your mouth shut and minded your business. So, yes, I don't have any sympathy for her whatsoever. None. And I dislike her greatly. So that was on my husband's side of the family. Nobody else on husband's side, aside from my mother and father-in-law, gave me any problems. Nobody else. Everybody else was like, we're there, we'll be there, we're showing up. We're going to be there because the two of you. Then on my side of the family, this is where y'all heard me talk about my brother, who decided that he did not like the fact that I was getting married again. How dare I? Oof, how dare you? The audacity. The audacity of you to be an adult and exist and have things that you want to do. This is going to be the, I'm going to use this NYX retractable lip liner in the shade Cocoa. So, yeah, how dare you? I was like, look all. So, about 6 weeks before my wedding, as we were discussing, or more, I was telling him, yeah, guy, you probably shouldn't come up here because COVID. And my governor said, don't come. And your state is a hotbed. You probably should not be coming and traveling for a wedding that's not going to happen. I got cussed out, is the gist of everything. And that effectively ended my relationship with him. But he was supposed to give me away. So my question is, you super resentful of me and me getting married. Why did you accept? It was because you didn't think it was going to happen. And you're pissed that it wasn't happening, that it was happening before you. And to make it even better, This was the same person who said they were never getting married again. So nobody is supposed to be getting married here. That's the point. Nobody. Nobody. He ain't doing it. I ain't supposed to do it either. And I was like, you are a nut job. Keep your bullshit down there where you are. Don't bring that up here. I do not have the time, sir. I do not want to be involved in that. So I was not. I removed myself from the situation. We are effectively estranged permanently because I don't have time for that. I don't. So where it gets interesting. He decided that he was going to vent his frustrations with me getting married again because how dare you. What I'm going to do here too before I continue, this is going to be red. I wore red lipstick with our green because I did not have a gold. This is the ColourPop Ultra Matte lip in the shade Risk Taker. I'm going to wear this. So he decided he was going to rally the troops. So my aunts all decided to gang up on me at my other aunt's funeral, where he was, and completely show out. And I said then, screw you guys. What I will do is remove myself from this family. I don't need this. I don't. I really don't need any of this. I don't need any of it. I have in-laws, and they like me a lot. So, whatever aunts I lose here, I got 5 or 6 of them on the other side. So, yeah. It was lovely finding out these, or at least confirming what I had already suspected. Because they took my brother's side. And they're like, how dare you get married again? Don't you realize how that looks? I'm like, girl, bye. The only reason why this is a problem for you is because your ass ain't getting married again. Let's start there. And every other thing was, well, we know you have a man. Okay. Like, I'm like, girl, whatever. Instead of worrying about the level of penis I may or may not be receiving, you might want to worry about your level and getting your house in order. Applying this lipstick, so bear with me. Okay. Lord, someone outside right now while I'm getting ready here is playing same old Dre. I'm sorry, forgot about Dre. I like the song, but at the same time, it's just like, really? Why are you bumping that loud? Anyway, waiting for this to dry. Okay. It doesn't look terrible. Okay. Um, actually have the song. But it's like, really? We bumping that? In this day and age? Really? Alright. Say this is quick drying. Okay. So yeah, they got really upset with me. And they sided with my brother, so I was like, screw y'all. And thus I don't get involved with family too much. Um, just because I'm checking time. Oop, it's 5 o'clock. We gotta go. All right, I'm actually at the end here. Ooh, drop my top there. All right. All right. That's done. Using my Sweet Full fan. That was the Stay All Night Microfine Mist from e.l.f. setting spray. Here's my fan. We'll use it to dry. I need to be walking out the door, like right now. Because it's 5 o'clock. And we gotta be there at 5:30. It's gonna take us exactly 30 minutes to get over it, so. All right, I am dry. And that, my friends, is the completed look. So I want to thank you for watching. I had a good time trying to do this makeup really, really fast. It's probably the fastest I've ever done a weekly episode. So I will have more episodes coming up, and I may do some more with my green. I don't know. We'll see. Because like I said, our anniversary is on Tuesday. So maybe on Tuesday I will do some makeup once I get off from work and just do a green look. Because I'm working from home, so I'm not going to be going into the office, so I don't need to put on makeup during the day. So maybe after work I might do an episode then. So I want to thank you for watching and come back and see more of my videos later. Peace.